moments, but I thought we'd start with a couple of questions I'll just get you warmed up with. I guess the obvious one is inspiration. Do you want to talk about where this not quite typical slasher film, shall we say, came from?
Yeah, I mean, this we essentially did what's called like a page one rewrite on an existing script. So there was a script that was written in like 2009 called Tragedy Girls, and so this company called the Comeback Kids had it, and they were like, we really like the idea of doing like a female-driven slasher movie. But like, you know, the script was a little bit like, it was kind of like, it was very, I know you did last summer, it was like maybe 15 years late to the party kind of thing. But you know, like we were like, oh, it's a great title, and you know, like not a lot of people are doing slasher stuff right now, so maybe we can try and think of something. And so Chris Hill, who was my writing partner on my first movie, and I just started kind of talking about slashers and like things that we liked about them, and like what was you know, what we could maybe flip on its head, and kind of talk about maybe taking like the traditional victims of a slasher movie and kind of making them the perpetrators, and also making like the movie very much in their point of view, which I think is kind of where a lot of the you know, fun comes. And so once we came up with that opening, they kind of put us behind the scenes of it, and we were able to kind of fill in a lot of the DNA with, you know, like 90s high school movies and stuff like that we also love. And yeah, it's sort of worked.
Cool. And I obviously want to talk about your fantastic leads. Let's give it up for the fantastic leads, Brianna and Alexandra. Really great. Tell us about the casting process and how you got them. I mean, they're two. Were they at the time you hired them X-Men? Because now they obviously
are. They were. I mean, everyone's
just
like,
in case fans don't know, one you might recognize. Is it Brianna is obviously Megasonic Teenage Warhead from Deadpool. And Alexandra plays young Storm in the X-Men series.
Yeah. I mean, everyone thinks we're like, oh, we got them before they were in those big movies. No, we got them right after that. And,
Wow.
Yeah, and so like, I mean, and yeah, it was interesting because we usually bring on like a casting director first, and so I made like a list of like my favorite casting directors. And right at the top of the list was this lady named Lisa Beach and her partner Sarah Katzman, and they cast like Wedding Crashers and like the original Scream and like one of my favorite 90s movies, Jawbreaker. And I was like huge Jawbreaker contingent here. Yeah, so I was like, I want to do that. I want to build like a cool ensemble, and they do that better than anybody else. And so like through some like low level corruption, we got them to agree to do the movie. And then like once we had them on board, then it was a lot easier to kind of start approaching cast, and Brianna and Alexander were on their list as well as my list. And we also kind of figured that they knew each other because they'd done Marvel press together, like going to Comic-Con and stuff. And then so we were able to build on this existing relationship. And like my pitch to them was really more like I wanted to kind of use them in ways that they hadn't really been used yet. Like, I mean, and like part of it is like, I mean, you know, this is Brianna's third movie. You know, she was in a movie called First Girl I Loved, which is awesome. That won the audience award at Sundance. And a friend of mine had produced that and said that she was great. And then I saw her in Deadpool, obviously, and she, you know, like has a ton of screen time, but was awesome in it. And I was like, I want to give her dialogue, you know. and then Alex, who's been around a little bit longer, but you know, often, you know, is a good supporting actor and does a little more dramatic stuff. But when you meet her, she has like a really big personality and it's kind of a live wire. And I was like, yeah, she has energy, you know, like let's use that to create a character, you know, like just stuff that was very straightforward, but they hadn't had the opportunity to do. And then once we got them together, then they very much pushed it themselves. And like when I met Alex, she was like, I just gave a read on this house, and we did a table read, and it was gonna be a lot of fun, you know. And I was like, great, your patience. And then yeah, and so once we got them on board, then they lived together during production, like in Kentucky where we shot it, and yeah, and then it, you know, they seem like friends because they are.
Fantastic chemistry. Just before we open up to the floor, one last casting question. Obviously, you worked with Josh in this film. He's obviously big from the Hunger Games series, and he's playing against Type. Do you want to talk about what that experience was like for him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's playing against Type. Like, cause the funny thing about Josh is like he's awesome, by the way, just a super nice guy. He'd never really done like a cameo role. Like I was like, you're gonna come to set for 2 days. He's like, what are you gonna do in 2 days? Like, you know, because he's always there for like, you know, 70 days or something. And he was just, yeah. So I was like, no, he's gonna do this, you know, small parts. And I like, there's this funny picture of him from like Teen Beat or something, where he's like on like this like cafe racer, like in like a jean jacket and kind of like giving like this 1,000-yard stare. And I was like, I want you to do this, but like worse. And they're like, we're gonna just like play through, kind of thing. And yeah, then he really got the tone of it, and like a lot of those kind of little ads and stuff like that are him like, I have 15,000 followers. You know what that means for a community like this? Fuck, man, you're so funny. Like he's really funny, and he very rarely gets to really be that way. So,
and he gets a great death. He really does.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, we had to punch it up a little bit too, because like originally it was a little bit worse than that. Like, and then I was like, oh shit, we're offering it to this guy. I better make this good. So.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to open it up. Come on, I'm sure you guys got some great questions here. We'll start with Ed. Go.
Me?
Yeah.
What was the challenge of making the film and having the protagonists be likable even though they're serial killers?
The question was about making your protagonists likable even though they're serial killers and anti-heroes.
Yeah, I mean, like that was yeah. If you guys who don't know, like if you when you're a screenwriter and you're trying to sell a script, like people give you like feedback that's like always very traditional, like, and that's like if you read any screenplay thing, they're like, the key to a successful screenplay is a likable protagonist, and it's like real page one to save the cat sort of bullshit, and like, we're kind of moved past that. Like there's no like there's no unsavvy audiences, and so you can if people are ready to kind of accept things like that, and it's like, if you like the girls, you don't like the girls, like it doesn't, like I was trying to make it so that that relationship feels authentic. So that you can be like, well, I have a friend, and I can identify with one of the best friends. I mean, and the thing is, like I'm trying to put in enough cues from like a high school movie, like they could be trying to save the rec center, or whatever. But like this is a killing spree, and if you can play those, beats, like I just kind of want to see like how far can we go with this.
Right.
Before people are like, fuck this movie, and it's, I think this is about as far, but like, because like we actually did a test screening of the first cut of this, and it was like, there was like a much darker version of that, like when they burned down the school, it was played like a little too straight or something, and I was just like, oh fuck, like, and so I had to back it off like 3%, and then we ended up with this. So like, some people won't connect with them, but we've had very good positive reactions so far. And I'm just looking into the abyss, by the way. I have no idea who's asked that question. Yeah, just focusing on the friendship. I don't remember what the question was at this point, I'm sorry.
About creating anti-hero characters that we can still like. That was the question.
Oh, yeah,
I think you
yeah.
answered
Do you feel like I answered that?
Yeah, I did.
Great, okay.
Actually, coming in on that, Charlotte, I remember reading an interview with Alexandra playing Michaela. She said she wants young women to be inspired by her character. They're not necessarily become future serial killers, but also but you can play characters out of your regular comfort zone, and women can be any character they want in a movie, because this is obviously the kind of part that you don't often see for strong female actresses. It's great.
Yeah.
Serial killing females. Come on, why are they up for the guys? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and that was part of it. Like, I just wanted to make characters that the actresses want to play, because they make decisions that impact the narrative, like it's real basic stuff. But that's like where the bar is, So, like Lowell, like I got a bunch of feedback, like in a couple reviews that were like, Kevin Durant's underutilized. I'm like, we've fucking seen that guy, man. He has like 30 movies, and their sequels, like it's about them. It's their movie, and yeah. Sorry, I keep losing focus.
I think it's awesome. Let's go with that. Yeah.
First, fucking loved it.
Thank you so much.
You got some tragedy going, fans here.
I thought it was very brave to kind of have them get away with it. What was the idea that went into that?
So that question was about how brave it was to let them just get away with everything.
Yeah, well, like part of it is like we talked about, it would change the narrative, like it would change who the character was, because if we're very much in their perspective, they're smarter than everybody, and that's why everyone else in the town seems blind, Like it's like things like the parents are just like a little too daft or a little too in denial or something, and I like the idea that they're crazy and the world is kind of like unaware of it, and that's just funny to me. I don't know why, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I still forgot what the question was.
I think You're on LA time or you're on Spanish time?
I'm sorry, I went to Spain last week. I blame that.
Little fact here. Give a big shift talk.
Yeah, what was the, sorry, what was the
Come in here. No, Tyler, I want to say, this film is opening. This film is opening in the US tonight, and Tyler chose to be here in Toronto with us. So,
yeah, it might be a horrible financial decision, but we'll see about that. But are you, just as you get away with it? Yes. Yes. Okay, cool. So I just thought it would be funnier if they got away with it because, like, you know, like, 'cause if they were to get caught, then, like, it would be the bullshit, like, Sadie would have a change of heart and she'd realize she loves Jordan and just a bunch of things that, like, she's not interested in, you know? And, like, I mean, yeah, and it seemed weird to kind of, like, these are girls who know who they are, and I didn't want them to be like, oh, a boy, you know, like, and then, like, like, get caught, like, because they're sort of too smart for that, but, like, even though they play it pretty fast and loose some of the time. But that was the conceit, even though it got a little silly in execution.
Thank you.
any hands at the back? Okay, we've got one here in front. Go.
Hi. First of all, thank you for making a movie that like women can really enjoy. Like as a female horror fan, it just feels really good. But I'm just wondering, do you feel like I feel like we're in this phase right now? Do you feel like it would be really hard for directors to like go back and make like traditional horror movies? Because I feel like for me as a fan, it's like hard to move past this trend.
So the question is about current trends in horror and how it's hard to go back to what classic type horror
The
film
classic
right.
male killer, when we have these like, it's just interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could, like, as long as the characters are interesting, it's just like in 2017, like, or 18, women are more interesting, like, to me as a writer, like, in general. So, and I think you can, like things change as we go, and I'm just hoping that it just becomes more, like, equal as we go, you know?
Yes.
Like, we've seen a lot of, you know, like, very male-driven stuff, and, like, I mean, and the big thing about this was, like, we didn't want it to be, like, you know, there's a very moralizing element to a lot of older slashers that are just because they're produced by a bunch of dudes. They're just like, yeah, they're gonna get, you know, like, she's been wearing something sexy, and then we're just gonna like, talk about her, and then she's gonna die, and then, you know, but if you like put it in their perspective, then that gives, you know, it evens things out a little bit more, and it's, you know, it's not particularly, I don't think it's necessarily means that like guys can't watch the movie and enjoy it, or you know, or women can't watch previous horror movies and enjoy those. It just, you know, I think it's just things are becoming easier for people, and you know, like, I mean, believe me, like, I mean, I'm a guy trying to make a movie right now, you know, and there's female directors doing way better job than me, you know, like Mrs. Kent is named after Jennifer Kent, she did The Babadook, which is fucking awesome.
I love that film. Play here from start.
Or Raw, you want to see Raw? Like, that's just, like, Jesus. You know, like, so like, I'm just trying to keep up here, you know, like, thank you.
We got time for just a couple more. Over there, go. Yeah, you.
Great film. It was awesome. I just wanted to ask about the writing process and the dialogue between them and the teenage them. Like, how did you nail it? It was so.
The question was about that awesome teen dialogue.
Yeah, I was super worried about that. Yeah, like, cause you know, I'm a 30-year-old dude, you know. You know, so we wrote this, wrote the script and kind of wrote it like what we were thinking. And then we did like a table read with kind of some younger actresses and kind of were like, okay, well, we can, you know, stand some edges here. And then I got together with like a 17-year-old friend's daughter, or well, sorry, a friend is in her 50s and she has a 17-year-old daughter. And she's a TV director of the mom. And so we got her and a friend of hers who were both kind of, you know, younger actresses. And we did like a table read of the dialogue and we're just like, so what do you think, you know? And like really, tried to kind of get in to see if we could change the language and stuff like that, and it wasn't like as like crazy different as I thought it was going to be. But some of the lines they were like, "Oh, like we like this, don't change it," because it's not necessarily something we'd say, but something we kind of want to say, you know. And so it kind of it became kind of like a bit of a mishmash. And then also like, you know, Brianna's 19, you know, like she knows what she's doing, you know, like just trying to listen to people who know more than me, trying to make it good. It's really my whole process.
We've got time for one more from the audience. Anyone had their hand up for a while? Want to shout one out? Over there, somebody in that area?
Since they got away at the end, do you plan to go back to the story for a sequel or something?
Okay, the sequel. Let's see Tragedy Girls 2. I hear Alexander really wants to hear it.
I mean, it's not up. to me. Like, I have no control over this. But you know, like most of myself and the actors are open to it. So I mean, we talked about that. We talked about a TV series. So we'll see what happens. I tell people to go see it if you can, because that would help. If you're like, I want a sequel, then tell people to go see it. But you know, if you don't want a sequel, then don't tell people to go see it. It's really choose your own adventure.
Tyler, just before we wrap up, where can fans see this in Canada? I know it's getting a US release tonight. Where do I
I wish I had the answer to that right now, but they're working on a theatrical release plan, which should be later this year, and I will
Canada
the shit out of that. So that'd be
awesome. So look up Trash Girls on your screens, and otherwise we'll see you at the pub tonight.
yeah. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for coming to Filmmakers 2017. We'll see you next year after dark. I hope you come to the Cheers.